Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 26th December 2024. Chinese electronics and automobile companies in India are tapping into cash reserves or taking loans for expansion plans amid a prolonged delay in securing government approval for their parents' equity funding proposals. Some, like Haier and Midea Group, are using a mix of cash reserves and loans, including external commercial borrowings, while financials of Lenovo and Xiaomi showed an increase in their cash reserves and borrowings, indicating preparations for higher working capital needs for expanding operations. Chinese automaker SAIC, which owns the MG Motor brand, had used the ECB route prior to its joint venture with Sajjan Jindal led JSW Group earlier this year. Funding for India's electric vehicle sector has nearly halved between 2022 and 2024 as policy changes and a decline in sales growth prompted investors to push for better unit economics and profitability at companies before committing further capital. Funding in the overall EV industry dropped to $586 million in 2024 from $808 million last year. EV startups had racked up $934 million in 2022 on the back of investor bullishness fueled by government incentives for the sector. The PM E-Drive scheme implemented in October aims to gradually reduce the industry's reliance on subsidies, replacing the FAME2 program. Under the new scheme, subsidies for electric two-wheelers are based on battery power with a fixed rate of Rs 5,000 per kilowatt hour in the first year, capped at Rs 10,000. Although the introduction of SATCOM services is in wait-and-watch mode and the numbers are yet unclear, the sector could create the need for highly skilled talent in space technologies to manage operations from India once players such as Elon Musk's Starlink, Amazon's Kuiper, Bharti-backed Etisalat OneWeb, and the Reliance Jio SCS JV foray into the SATCOMs race. Those candidates who had secured exemption in the May 2023 exam, which was valid till the September 2024 CA exam, will get the option to continue their exemption on exhaustion of the said exemption after the declaration of the September 2024 result. Exemption in any papers that has become exhausted upon declaration of the result of the immediately succeeding third exam will be shown to the candidates as per dates given in the ICAI portal. The candidates desirous of making the exhausted exemption permanent will have to apply for the same through the dashboard of self-service portal. Candidates will get only one chance to make the exemption permanent. If a candidate has an exemption in two papers of the same group, for example, papers 1 and 2 of group 1 that are offered in this window, then he or she has to apply either for making both exemptions permanent or let both exemptions lapse. He or she cannot opt to continue exemption in one paper and let it lapse in the other paper. In anticipation of the US going ahead with higher tariffs on Chinese imports, the Federation of Indian Export Organizations has formulated a strategy to raise its share in the US market. As part of the strategy, the apex body of export promotion councils has identified 5 sectors where emerging opportunities can be captured within a short span of time. The 5 sectors where India can move in quickly are apparel, leather, toys, electronics, and organic chemicals. In electronics, the fastest growing export to the US, the strategy involves moving beyond smartphones. The difference between Chinese and Indian exports of these items to the US is huge. Also, a lot of apparel firms are shifting bases to India from Bangladesh due to political uncertainties there. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.